Hi lovely friends, welcome back to another video. If today is your first time seeing me on here, my name is Christina. I am a nurse and I braid part-time. On here I do videos in nursing, hair and beauty, lifestyle, and a bit of everything. So please, if you're interested in any of them, feel free to subscribe and be part of this family. And I really appreciate that you click on this video to watch. Please don't go anywhere, stay right here, okay? Because we got all the good stuff on here for you. Thank you so much to my returning subscribers. You know how we do it. I love you guys so much. Like I don't know, I love you. Thank you so much for the support and for everything. Thank you so much. In today's video, guys, I don't know when I'm gonna post this, but it may be exactly the day of my marriage or wedding anniversary, or maybe after that, I don't know. But this week actually is the week that I'll be celebrating my 6th year marriage anniversary, and I am super grateful to God. So that will be January 14th. Yes, I am super grateful. Like, the month of January brings a lot of memory. It's actually my daddy's birthday. Like, he is 1st of January, and whenever we enter January, like, it's a lot of emotions for me, because that is also when I tend to, you know, celebrate my wedding. And like, guys, it brings a lot of memory. So this week I was just having flashbacks of, you know, how I met my husband, how it all started, and how we got married, and like coming this far. Okay, it's been so amazing. So I just decided to talk about how distance worked for us. If you know me, like if you know me from old times, or if you really know me and you're very close to me, you know that my husband and I did a distance relationship. We did a bit of our distance marriage, because it was like roughly almost a year of distance marriage, but we dated for a long time, like distantly. So even when we were in Ghana, we met in college and we were both on the same campus, but the only thing is he lived in Accra and I lived in Takoradi. So typically we were like 4 to 4.5 hours away from each other, except when we are on campus, then we see each other. But if not, if maybe there is a vacation or maybe there is a public holiday that does not require us to be on campus, then he goes to Accra, I'm in Takoradi. And at the time, you know, dating in Ghana is not easy. Like, my time, maybe now it's a little flexible, I don't know, but my time, guys, you cannot easily go to your boyfriend's house. For me, I could not easily tell my mom I'm going to my boyfriend. No, it's not done. It's not done. Yeah. And likewise my boyfriend as well. But I think during our national service, I got a chance to visit him. I had a wedding in Accra and he hosted me. That was when I got to even know where he lives, you know, so it's something else. Okay, but yeah, that was how it was for us. Still, I got the opportunity to travel, and this kind of distance, it hits differently. Like, it was so huge for us, because here's the case: it's no more 4 hours. Okay, it's no more seeing ourselves on campus, but it was far away, somewhere far away, like Ghana and America. Like, it was so crazy. So I remember the very day I went for my visa, we had like a heart-to-heart talk, and we discussed everything, and I asked the most difficult question I have asked so far in my life. Like, are you willing to wait for me? Because at the time I didn't know when I was gonna come back. I'm going to this new place I have no idea about. Okay, but the most amazing thing was I qualified to get my green card, so definitely I can easily come back. But for how long? Okay, all those things were not known, so it was hard to, you know, decide. But I asked him and he answered, like, I believe that was the toughest answer he has ever given in his life as well. I believe so. And my boyfriend, he was not even my fiance, my boyfriend then, now my husband, said he would wait. And guys, it started from there. So that brings me to the tips that helped us in our long distance relationship and marriage as well, or the tips that can generally, you know, help people who are in long distance relationship and marriage to sustain it and probably to make it even work. Okay, so first and foremost, I would say discuss about the distance. Is this something you are willing to, you know, go for it? Okay, if the person is willing or not willing to do it, then you will know your stand and know the way forward. Okay, so I would say that discuss about it. So if there is an agreement or disagreement, then you move forward. And that brings me to the next point, that is prayer. So after you have discussed about it, he's willing to wait, he's not willing to wait, she is willing or she is not willing, then you know your stand and you invest prayer into it. Prayer answered everything. You have to invest a lot of prayer because you need the grace of God to pull through, to grant you the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, and everything about distance relationship. Because trust me, it is not easy. It is not easy. Distance relationship, distance marriage, it is not easy. So you seek for the wisdom of God and for the direction of God to pull through, else it's not gonna work. Okay, so you pray and pray and pray and pray till something happens. The next point I will talk about is like frequent communication. Talk about everything, the good things, the bad things. If you don't understand anything, talk about it. Even if you understand something, ask questions. Like, talk about literally everything. Okay, everything. Talk about it. I don't know how hard I want to even stress on this communication. Guys, talk frequently. That's why I added frequent communication. It's not hello, hi, how are you? I was just checking on you, bye. No, it's not that kind of communication. Trust me, you don't need that. You need a frequent one. How was your day? What did you eat? To the extent that you can even ask the person, what kind of dress did you like? Discuss everything. Talk about everything and anything. It is very important. Another thing I would also talk about is know each other's love language. With me, that is something new I wish during that period that I have learned. Know each other's love language. It will be easier for you to demonstrate it to the other person. If it's gifts, there are so many channels you can even mail gift now. I know there's a lot of scammers out there, you know, who are doing so many things, but there are genuine ways that you can send gifts to your loved ones wherever they are. You can just do a lot of research. It can be monetary, it can be gift. There are a lot of gift agencies out there who can, you know, carry your stuff to the person. So if the person's love language is a gift on their birthday, you can just surprise them on, you know, special occasions, Valentine's Day, like stuff like that. You can, you know, surprise them. If the person's love language is quality time, just make time for them. Okay, that is the goal for all these tips, to make the distance relationship or marriage look like the person is not far away. Make it look like they are closer to you. Don't let there be a gap, because the moment there is a gap, that is when you find a black cat in the gap filling it for you. And you know, when there's a black cat in there, it's not a good sign. Okay, so please let the other person feel that they are closer to you. So know each other's love language and, you know, demonstrate love in that angle that they accept love. Another thing I will talk about is be transparent to your partner. Tell them everything that is going on around you, when it comes to your job, when it comes to friendship, like everywhere you go. Let them know I am here at this particular time. Let them know about it, because if you don't do that, third parties are going to do that for you. So please prevent that from happening by being transparent to your partners. And that brings me to the next point about trust. You have to trust your partner. Guys, you are far away. Okay, you are far away. So trust your partner enough that even when someone tells you something, you're like, Kwame will not do that. Kofi will not do that. Kweku will not do that. Yeah, or Kabuna will not do that. Okay, trust them to that extent, because if there is no trust, you can easily believe things that people will tell you. Another thing I would also talk about is like have a schedule for a fun activity. You can maybe one person can suggest like a movie, you watch it together, you meet and you discuss about it. You can even play games over the phone. It can be about a storybook you read together, you discuss. Like, let it be fun. Okay, talk about stuff. Like, don't make it look as if I can only do this when I see you. No, there are so many things you can do on the phone. Okay, let it be fun. Plan activities together, and guys, make it fun. Okay, be creative. I remember I watched something online. This lady went on a date and she was video calling like the partner, you know, the partner. It's like a distance relationship thing I watched online, and they were there together. It was so crazy, but they were there. She went on a date and the guy was in the house and she was just video calling. So throughout everything, the guy felt he was there with her, and it's fun. Okay, you can try that, or you can do, you know, other stuff. Okay, as I said, movies, storybooks, like doing stuff. You can even organize, now there's like a sip and paint. You can organize it together online. Do a video call. You'll be having your drink by you, you have your painting board and stuff by you. He or she also has theirs, and make it fun. Okay, and another point I will talk about before I talk about the last point is guys, distance is expensive. Though expensive can be relative, but in my case, for instance, buying a flight ticket, you know, to go to Ghana to visit is not easy. And sometimes when you even come back, you may not have a secured job. Okay, sometimes you have to resign from your job, you have to quit from your job, depending if your vacation at work can cover the duration you will be spending in Ghana, because the maximum time usually we go spend back in Africa is like a month. Because trust me, you cannot buy a ticket for $1,500 or $2,000 just to go and spend a week or two. I mean, people do it. That's why I said expensive is relative to some people, or is relative generally, because I would not buy a ticket for $2,000 and go spend like a week or two. No. I mean, I have to spend like a month. But sometimes if you don't have enough vacation to cover that, in some cases when you come back from Africa, then you have to reapply for jobs and stuff like that. But if you have enough vacation to cover you through, then you're good to go. You come back and your job is secured. Okay, but if not, it's the other way. And then again, it comes back to the amount of money you have to spend to buy the tickets. Okay, so you have to save and plan, especially if things haven't gone through for maybe your spouse or your boyfriend or your fiancé to join you. Then it means you have to be going back and forth till maybe everything, you know, pulls through for you guys to be together. So it's not easy. Even the call credits that you have to be recharging on your phone to talk with your spouse. Here in the Western world, like, we have like internet that you can use, you know, throughout like a month and stuff like that. But in Ghana, I'm saying Ghana because that is what I have experienced there. Okay, but in Ghana it's not like that. You have to buy recharge cards and stuff like that, you know, back and forth. I remember my story. It wasn't easy. I remember my story, guys, like it's just yesterday. Oh my god, it is not easy and it's very expensive. So in that case, okay, in that case, if you don't take time and it drains you, you just give up. You would just give up. Okay, so that is another thing you should have in mind. Then again, I would also talk about sacrifice. With my experience, time difference, I was now in America, he was still in Ghana. So maybe the time I will be in bed, he's up and going to work. So in this case, if that is the only time he can get to talk to me, then it means I have to sacrifice a portion of my sleep to make it, okay, to talk to him. Okay, something like what we used to call in Ghana like free night call. Okay, like you have to sacrifice a lot of that, like time, money, like so many things. Okay, so it takes a lot of sacrifice to also pull through that to make it work. Then again, the last thing I will talk about is discuss about how long the distance is going to end. It's very, very important. With my experience, I had no idea, because I did not know how the whole situation is going to be like for me. I had to come and look at things for myself. But there will be instances where like you would have to travel because of school or because of job, you know, contracts and stuff like that. In these cases, you know the duration. Maybe it's going to last for 2 years, it's going to last for 3 years. Let your partner know that, hey, I can come back after this period of time. Can you still do it? Okay, because I remember when I even came and I saw the system, that was when I started to communicate more that, oh, maybe I can come after 2 years. We do this, we do, like, we started to plan in between. It was part of our communication. We kept planning and planning and planning about it. I was like, oh, I think my first visit was after 2 years. I went, visited, came back, and I think another 2 years I went back again, and we finally got married, and he joined me later. So communicate, okay? Because if you don't let them know, it becomes like quite questionable, and it becomes just uncomfortable. It becomes just uncomfortable, because at the end of the day, I don't know when you come in. I don't know if I should even rely on you anymore. Okay, so discuss the duration, and that will even make it clear and easier for both of you. If it's something you cannot do it, then you can end it right there and there to save each other's peace of mind. But if it's something you can, you know, still go for it, then you work towards it, and voila, good luck to you, right? So yeah, that is it. I would crown it by saying that it takes the grace of God to pull through, because it's not easy. Sometimes I look at it in the angle like maybe it's the will of God, because there is a lot of work and dedication that goes through distance relationship and marriage work. But sometimes you do all these and it still doesn't work. Okay, so sometimes I look at it on the angle like maybe this is how God wants it to, you know, be. So yeah, that is how. But even though if you do not put in work, if it's the will of God and you do not put in work, it's not gonna work, right? Yeah, so hopefully this tips is going to help you through your distance relationship and through your distance marriage. On this note, I would want to say happy 6th marriage anniversary to myself and my husband. Cheers to many more years. Oh, I should have brought some wine, huh? Cheers to many more years to us. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. If I missed any point and you have an idea, maybe you have done distance relationship before, or you have an idea about anything, drop it in the comment section and let's have a chat. All the best to you all who are doing this, okay? All the best to you, because trust me, I'm going to say this again. It may sound like a cliche, because indeed it is. It is not easy, okay? But if I could do it, you can do it with the help of God. All the best on your relationship, all the best in your marriage, and yeah, we got this, right? Always know you are unique in your own special way. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. I love you guys.